Hello, guys. Welcome to Indiana Sports Connection. Hello, guys. Welcome to Indiana Sports Connection. I am your residential anchor, Aaron. Thank you so much for being here, being part of this community. So today on the show, we are going to talk about the Kansas State game that's coming up tomorrow night. And by far, this is the biggest game of the DeVRIES era. Thank you so much for everybody for being here and being part of this community. Hit the subscribe button down below if you're new to the channel. This is Indiana Sports Connection, where the most passionate fans come to talk about the games. And hit the thumbs up button. There is something going wonky with YouTube. I know I've not made as many videos as last week, but I'm trying to reset my channel. So because shorts, I have found out, have sabotaged my channel from them giving me impressions. So that's why I'm doing that with my content, and I'm working on some other videos right now because YouTube, they've changed all of their algorithms and whatever, and so that has screwed me up. So all of that is much appreciated. If you hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, it helps get the video out. I'm still thinking the thumbs up button means it pumps the video out to more people, but we will see what they're doing over there. But we have a lot to talk about today. The game tomorrow night. This is the biggest game. Fool me not. And I've been working on a video about the Watt shot and everything like that, which has had me thinking, what type of game would it be this year that would maybe bring the DeVRIES era into full focus, that people would, start to really buy into what he's doing. Because right now I can definitely tell that there are people that are so happy we have a new coach, we have DeVRIES, and then there are 50% of the fans, I believe, that are just kind of let's wait and see if this team is going to massively disappoint us in January and February, like every Indiana team has done in the past. They've only had one team really make any type of a run in the past, and that was just winning one game in the NCAA tournament. So I can definitely see why fans are not buying in. But this is where this game is a next big step for DeVRIES to get more fans to buy in. That will help to fill the balconies at Assembly Hall, and that'll help going into. So this is a huge game for DeVRIES. This is a huge prove-it game to half of the fans, because those 50% of the fans that have one toe out of the pool right now that are wait and see. If you lose this game, you kind of keep those people on the fence, and it's well, is he really going to be able to make it as the coach at Indiana? I know it's early, but you know what? People these days, our attention spans are so short. You see how, in our basketball program's this way. Maybe our football program's not this way, but our basketball program's on the level with Florida football, and the people that really care about football. All those coaches are getting fired everywhere. But let's get into talking about the particulars of this game, not just what the game means, because this game means a lot for Darren DeVRIES and for these players. It has to. And we've seen them play 5 games. We saw them play 3 games where we're super satisfied with everything they did. And then the last 2 games, we started to see some cracks in the armor of how the offense worked, how they worked the ball. I think this team is going to really come out energized for this game and play at a really high level. And there's no reason for me not to think that DeVRIES has had them ready for the Marquette game, which could have been a lot harder game, say if they don't show up and play hard in that game. But so far, he's gotten it done. So, I was just watching his press conference. He just did a press conference today, answering some questions about injuries and some different things. But what he said about Lamar Wilkerson, it is just a breath of fresh air compared to Mike Woodson, because, he had to say something along the lines of this. This isn't verbatim, but he's said, he is a great shooter. If anything, that DeVRIES would be on the level more of saying why didn't you take that shot when you're open? He doesn't want to see guys not taking a shot when they're open. But the gist of what he said about Wilkerson was that it is the numbers. Well, he's a great shooter for a reason. He didn't just flukishly start shooting 45% from 3. he is a great shooter. He needs his confidence and he needs to put his shots up. And he's got to put his shots up in this game and score 20. I believe it's going to be a high scoring game and he needs to work his way open and to stay really engaged in the game. But you just can see that DeVries, he doesn't lose faith in the um oop, and uh end of the thing. All right, sorry about that. So, but I mean, he is a coach where he knows the numbers are going to bear themselves out in these games. So, I mean, Wilkerson, he's going to be a 45% shooter at the end of the year. I doubt it's going to be like he's suddenly going to be a 35% shooter or something like that. So, um, like I would like to see Lamar Wilkerson. This is a good opportunity for him to really get it done. Let me get that light out of here. But yeah, and sorry about that. I will try to cut that part out, but that has not happened. My camera battery just said it was exhausted and I don't know why cuz it's like plugged in and everything. So, um but this is a game I just watched Kansas State. They just lost to Nebraska by 1 point and I was just watching that game and this is a team that I mean they really battled back in this game. It was a 10-point game, but it was a lot closer than that in the first half. But Nebraska got it out to a 10-point lead. And I would say Indiana is a better team than Nebraska um, this year for sure. And where they're at in the Ken Palm and the rankings and everything like that, they have more talented players than Nebraska has, no doubt. So just by watching that game, Kansas State lost by 1 point. So they're coming off of a big loss for them. I mean, in a really gritty, close game that came down to the wire, where they did kind of make a comeback at different points. It really went back and forth. But um, the guy on Kansas State we're going to have to watch out for, and he is the leading scorer in the entire country, is PJ Haggerty. He does not tear it up from 3-point land. He shoots 40%. Um, but he is averaging 28 points a game, and he's the leading scorer, I believe, in the entire country right now. So he is killing it for them. Their leading rebounder is Nick Johnson, who is a guard, um, and he shoots 50%. They have 3 guys that shoot 50% or higher on threes. So Indiana is going to be playing very much almost. I mean, when I watched their team play, they seemed a lot like Indiana. So, I mean, they're almost playing like a clone type team here in Kansas State. So, and the thing about Nebraska, their rebounding was about even. They both had about the same amount of rebounds. But for Indiana to really take it to them, I mean, I got to see the offensive rebounding get better for Indiana. At least it be even with the other team. Like if it was like 8-8, it'd be okay. But the last game where it was like 15 or 17, depending what stats you saw, offensive rebounds for Lindenwood, and Indiana had 9. That's just like unacceptable. DeVries talked about the rebounding in the press conference that he just had, and he said, so like they asked him, like, what is it? Is it the physicality? You know, is it the team? Is it the players? I mean, he said it's a little bit of both. It's a lot of like they gotta hit guys. They really gotta get into. I remember this kid when I was like 8 or 9 years old, when my early days of playing basketball. I remember the first time somebody really blocked me out in a big time way, and then I know I after that happened to me, then I knew what to do from that point on. But when you use your ass to move somebody out of the way, there's like literally nothing they can do. Like once you get into somebody's thigh or wherever, and don't get X-rated on me here with your thinking, but you get your ass and you move somebody out of the way. There's nothing they can do. It's like Indiana has to do that. They have to hit guys. They have to be physical with guys underneath and block people out to get these rebounds. The guards, everybody. And I know I've talked about it. It can be hard to block people out with the system they're playing on offense. I do notice that. You don't have two guys parked underneath the basket, and that's what was baffling about like Balo and Renew. It's like, how are these guys not getting rebounds when they're under the basket literally the entire time? That's where when you watch, like I rewatched the last game, I was watching where Indiana was losing rebounds. It's like they got to really team rebound. I mean, everybody, when guys are putting up 3-pointers, you got to block the guards out that are around the 3-point line, or else they'll snake their way right in and grab the rebound right from you. So that is a huge key in this game. I want to see Indiana be a better rebounding team. And yeah, I wrote down right on here. Yeah. Use your ass. Tell the block out story. I always remember that guy blocking me out like that. And and DeVries said, and this is something in this game that they can definitely have a lot of, because it's not like Nebraska has a bunch of big guys that are super talented down low. And Sam Alexis and Bailey in this game should definitely be able to get some touches inside. In the Nebraska killed them in the paint. I believe it was like 48 points to like to their 25 or something in that area. But Nebraska did, and Nebraska took 35 threes in this game as well, but they just dominated them in the paint. Kansas State, they run out 2 6'9" guys and a 6'7" guy. That doesn't really mean that much. It's just the style of players. They have maybe more similar style of big guys, the way they play, to Reed Bailey. And maybe that would be good for Reed Bailey. But like DeVries said in the press conference, like they got to have aggressive paint touches. And when he said that in the press conference, I think that really means too, like you got to hang on to the ball. There have been some times lately where Reed Bailey got a rebound, it got knocked out of his hands. We got the ball, or we had guys that are driving around the rim and we're just getting the ball knocked out of our hands. You got to be strong with the ball around the basket. That is going to be, I've just seen this in the last couple games kind of like creep up. It's just something they got to work on. Like two hands. I don't know what you got to do. You got to get the broom handles out or do some running back drills. It's just like fumbling a football. It's like if you concentrate on it and make it a priority, being strong with the ball around the basket. It's a lot of things that this team has to do that doesn't have to do with making 3-pointers, because I think they're going to run their stuff and they're going to get guys open for threes in this game. And if they shoot them the way they should shoot them, then we should win this game. But yeah, this is a huge game for IU. It is a huge game for IU with Kansas State is in Ken Palm. Let me see where they are ranked. And talk amongst yourselves while I do this. I'll look up their efficiency. I should have done this before, but I'll tell you. Here we are. They are at 49. So they're not even as high as I thought they would be. So I mean their offensive rating is 118. Let me see. I thought they were ranked number 1 in scoring in the country. But yeah, it's Indiana is a better team, more talented team, should be a better coach team, and they should be able to win this game at home. I don't know what the spread is going to be on this. I'm sure Indiana's probably going to be like, I don't know, a 5 or 7 point favorite, something like that. But it's a good time. We're getting into some better games, and we got this game, and let's talk about the football team for 1 second because that's coming up on Friday. I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving week and has a safe time on Thanksgiving. Hell, don't have a safe time on Thanksgiving. Do a lot of crazy stuff. But but yeah, a lot to look forward to. Tuesday night game, and then and I did not even look past this game for Indiana's uh, schedule coming up because I know the next games. So yeah, then we got yeah, uh Bethune Cookman. Then we get right into it. So we only got one like off game, and then we play at Minnesota, which is always a cold place to play. And then in Louisville, then Penn State, and then Kentucky. So this is really it. I mean, this is a bigger game. Then we got one week one, and then we really get right into 4 games in a row that are gonna really kind of tell where this team is gonna be um, heading into January. After that Kentucky game on the 13th, you got a few weeks off before you play Washington on January 4th to start out the Big Ten season. So, man, it's coming quick. And the football team, we got Purdue. First time Indiana 11-0. It's unbelievable what's happening with the football team right now. And I do have some more videos, and I apologize to you guys out there that like the more edited videos. I just have not had that much time to make like the regular Indiana Sports Connection videos. So, but this game, I definitely think the keys to the game are going to be our big guys. Do we dominate them in the paint? And then do we get back to shooting like around 45% from the 3-point line? I think that spells a win in this game, and Indiana can have a positive outlook going forward. And after the next 6 games, I think we're gonna beat one of probably Kentucky, or I think like the Kentucky game is gonna be tough because it's at Kentucky. But and Sharon Williams put the question on here, but I think we are gonna win one of those games. So, and honestly, I think Minnesota and Penn State we're gonna beat. Um, so I would say 5-1. I think the next 6 games, I think Indiana can go 5-1 and surprise a lot of people. Start out 2-0 in the Big Ten and beat Kansas State. I just think one of the two. I think they're gonna just Louisville's a tough team. They play with a lot of intensity. In I watched them play Kentucky, but I've watched like 4 of Kentucky's games, and at times they've looked kind of like Mike Woodson's team from last year. They kind of look like bunch of guys that got thrown together that are and I could definitely see 4-2. I mean, it's going to be tough to beat Kentucky on the road no matter what, and especially us going in there after all this time of not going there and the way that they really hate us. It's going to be like going into a hornet's nest. That'll be that game. We will learn a lot about DeVRIES. What that'll be their first true road game as well. Is that right? Yeah, no, at Minnesota will be their first road game. But that'll be, I mean, this team's not played a true road game yet. So, all this is new for DeVries, like going to Minnesota. That's not a fun place to play. They always got the doors open there and like the wind's blowing through. And even this time of year, it might be 20 degrees outside in Minnesota. So that place is hellish to play at too. And I've heard, I mean, I think it's your first time going there that really catches people off guard. And but Penn State is terrible. But we'll see. I mean, the Kentucky game is going to be a huge game, and it might just be the type of. I've wondered if DeVries, if he won that game at Kentucky, if they won that game on a buzzer beater, he would definitely get a lot of people's attention and a lot of people buying in. That will be huge for Indiana. But thanks so much for being here today, and go Hoosiers. They're gonna beat Kansas State tomorrow. You heard it here first, and I've been just soaking in all the games this year, like watching Michigan State, Michigan, Purdue, like all the top teams. I'm trying to watch and get a better, like, just idea for the channel of what we're going to talk about on here. So Yeah, I think Louisville is going to be the tougher of the two games, believe it or not, just because I've watched Kentucky play, and unless they start to turn it on, it's going to be tough. But thank you so much, guys, for joining me on this episode of Indiana Sports Connection. Until next time, stay classy out there, Hoosier fans.